Hello guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video by me, the Doc 11. So today, obviously, new setup for my DC and Doctor Who figure reviews. So this is obviously the Oliver Queen and Deathstroke action figure double pack, and I got me this for my birthday, so let's just run over the packaging. So you got the TV Arrow logo there, the DC Collectibles logo there, the warning chokered hazards. On the side you got Oliver Queen and Deathstroke. On the top it's got the DC Arrow logo. On the bottom there's some legal guff, and on the back is a nice figure, a nice image of both figures displayed holding their accessories, and etc. And there's also a picture of Stephen Amell from the TV show in this costume. One thing I will say is that looking at the figure and then looking at this production image, he has a lot darker green on his eye, whereas when you see the figure it's not that great. Obviously it does say it's sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, so yeah. And on this side there's a picture of Stephen Amell, and it says DC Comics, Oliver Queen, Arrow, DC Collectibles, Oliver Queen and Deathstroke action figure set. So let's get the figures out and let's look at the figures themselves. Okay, so here are the figures out of the packaging. Obviously you got Deathstroke and you got the Green Arrow. Now I'm going to move Deathstroke out of the way and I'm going to focus on the Green Arrow action figure first. I haven't displayed them with their accessories because I'm going to show you the accessories separate a little bit later on. So let's dispose of Deathstroke and let's focus on the Green Arrow himself. So, the Green Arrow. Well, what has he got to offer? Well, a lot actually. I'm going to go over the detail obviously first, and then the articulation of this action figure because I think it's awesome. So, detail first. First of all, once it's in focus, he has a beard and it does resemble some look of Stephen Amell. As you can see that his eyes aren't actually as green as a production image actually shows. He's got the hood, which he obviously wore in season 1 of Arrow, which does have some really nice sort of design. You can tell it's kind of League of Assassins kind of thing. If you just don't do anything in the background, then it's the dragons in the cage. On his arm, you can see that he does have some kind of little dart arrows which he shot out of his arm. On the back, you've got kind of like a triangle formation on the back of the hoodie, and obviously a sheath for his arrows. Going down, he does have some sort of green arrow kind of paint there, which is really cool. Obviously painted in green because he's the Green Arrow. Well, actually in this series it was the Arrow, but yeah. And then you've got kind of a little holster there for some little arrows, but there is an action figure set I think that you can get where these are removable, but in this set they're not removable. Going down, that sort of green, kind of like dark green and light green effect carries on, and obviously he's got the green arrows on his arm there. Just plain black gloves. His shoes are just black boots really. They seem quite accurate to the TV show, and then he just has some green rims. So that's it for the detail of this figure. There's not much. The actual, he does have some kind of detail actually, as you can see on the hood there. It looks like some sort of scribing, but yeah. So let's move on to articulation. His head moves slightly up and down, but not much because obviously it's hinged by the hood, and it doesn't really turn because it's hinged by the hood. However, he can kind of turn because of his chest. He has an ab crunch, so he can move up and down like that. His arm can do a 360, but does kind of get hinged by the hood. He does 90 at the elbow, but it's a bit stiff as this figure. There you go, 90 at the elbow and 360 at the wrist. He can kick forward a little bit. He can kick backwards quite a lot. He can still kick forward quite a lot, but this one's a bit stiff. Knee-wise, he has double jointed knee. Well, he doesn't have double jointed knees actually. He can do kind of what, 45 degrees I guess. Yeah, and I think he can also swivel it 360 degrees. He then has he can then do 360 at the boot, as you just saw there. He can then swivel 360 at the foot too. Well, he has ankle pivot 2, which is awesome, so that can swivel 360 degrees. Just to point out his elbow, I think his arm can also swivel 360 degrees too. Yes, there you go. So that's it for articulation on this figure. I think it's very well done for its articulation. He can obviously do the splits so that you can zip wire down doing the splits, I guess. But that is the Green Arrow, so we're going to move him aside and we're going to look at Deathstroke. Okay guys, so here is Deathstroke. As you can see, he is, well, Deathstroke. He obviously, I do like the way his face is half orange and half black. It's not going over. His eyes look really well done. If I can just show you his eyes, like look at his eyes there. They are beautiful. I think they're great. Moving down, he's got kind of some armour on his chest. Kind of looks like some assault armour. In a way, this figure reminds me of the Arkham Knight from the video game. He has some sort of orange grenades on his chest, which are really cool. It's part of his sheath that's on his back, obviously. Going round, he does have some shoulder pads there, which have some slightly etched detailing, but you can't really see. And obviously the orange and black effect continues to the back and down the back of the neck. There's his sheath for his machete that he comes with, and obviously the texture that's on the armour continues onto the back. Moving down, he just has some plain grey pants. They're just plain. There's a few bits of like pocket detail here and there, as you can see there. But that's not really much. He has a holster for his gun there, and he also has a place like a sheath type thing to put his knife. So other than that, for detail, this is it for this figure. He's quite well detailed, to be honest. Like he has like belt buckles and stuff like that, as you can see there. But other than that, I won't really say much more about this figure. It's still a detailed figure, and it's still a very, very good figure, in my opinion. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move all the figures aside, and we're going to look at all the accessories that this set comes with. Okay, so articulation of Deathstroke. First of all, his head can pivot. It can probably do 360, but I don't really want to turn it too much, but I do like the way you can turn his head. It does move slightly up and down. His arm does do a 360 degree turn at the thing. It can go out a little bit, but then he's kind of hinged a bit by the shoulder pad, but not that much. His arm can do a 90 at the elbow and can also do 360 at the bicep. His gun just fell out. He can do 360 at the wrist. And I've put the thing down. He can kick forward, he can kick back, he can do the splits, he can do 360 at the thigh, he can do, well, he's got double jointed knees, so he can kick himself up the butt. He then also has a forward and backward foot and 360 degrees ankle pivot. And that is all for the articulation. Overall, Deathstroke has more articulation than the Green Arrow, but I do prefer the Green Arrow figure because it's the Green Arrow. But the thing about Deathstroke, well, okay, so these are all the accessories, and obviously I'm going to show you each one in detail. There are quite a lot. With this being a Green Arrow set, I think we should show the Green Arrows first. So first of all, he does have some arrows. Now, these are just kind of like a bunch of arrows together to obviously go in his sheath to make his sheath look full. Obviously, they would just slot in there, like so, to make it look like his sheath is full, but they do fall out easily unless there is a way for them to clip in. I guess if you put them in further, then they don't fall out as easy. So yeah, that's just a bunch of arrows to go in his sheath like that. Then it does come with two kind of separate arrows, which I think are very well detailed, to be honest. And I'm actually quite happy how they've turned out. I do like them quite a bit, to be honest. Like, I think they look really cool with like the green and then like the yellow and green on the flint things. And there's two that are kind of identical, the same, for him to kind of hold and shoot if he really wanted. Then he comes with obviously a bow. The bow's really cool because you can pull it back like an actual bow. I don't know if you'll actually be able to shoot it. I don't think you can. I guess if you rested it on there, you could... Oh, hang on. Guess you could do that. Wouldn't really work, but works a bit. I do really like the bow because I think the detail on it is just amazing. Like, I'm trying to show you it the best I can. There you go. If I can get it any closer in detail. Like, that's probably about as close as I can get you it in detail. It does have kind of some sort of like, looks kind of like dirt marks, kind of where he's used it a bit. Obviously it's got some rope around it that's really detailed. I do like the little gold knobs and stuff on it and how well, like, and this is just a black piece of string, but, well, elastic actually, but I do like the fact it's elastic and it's not hinged from being able to pull back and shot. And that's a really good thing that you can actually use it really, and I do like the fact that you could pose in with it kind of like that, I guess, and I don't think there'd be much strain, although you would be careful because it is only tied up there. So that's all the Green Arrow's accessories. So now I'm going to move on and I'm going to show you his accessories. Deathstroke's accessories. So the first accessory he comes with is his, I think it's some kind of AK-47. It's quite well detailed, to be honest. Like, I'm not being funny, but like, it's got the gold on, it's got like the little sort of, I don't know what you call it, kind of turret thing. It's got all the detail there, like where he can hold it, and obviously like a thing to kind of put against his shoulder. But I think obviously in real life that could fall down and he could just like... But I do think the gold works with the black. There is kind of details of a trigger in there, but you can never really see them. And I think this bit here is a grenade launcher on the end of it, which I think is really cool. It'd be awesome if you could slide that off, but you can't. It's glued on. But I do think that is a really good accessory, and I think it would look good with an AK-47. The next one is this handgun, which is quite well detailed for how small it is. Just a little black pistol, like that you've seen before with Doctor Who figures and stuff. Just a little black pistol, but it would look really good in his hand, and kind of suits him really. The next one is a little knife. It's just a little blade like that. It's quite small. I wouldn't say it's sharp and could actually cut you, to be honest, but it is well painted and there's not many paint dabs on it. And then obviously you can see there's a bit of white silver paint dabs on the handle there, but that's just a knife handle. Quite well done, to be honest. And then this here is kind of like his sword. It's his machete thing. I do like the fact that there is kind of the holes there and how sharp it actually looks. Nice silver paint, and the handle's got no paint dabs on it at all. I do really like how textured it is, and I do like the little hole there. And obviously that does just fit in his sheath at the back. Well, like so. Like that. And then his handgun goes in there. And his little knife goes in somehow in there. Yeah, somehow. So yeah, it does also come with two kind of close-fisted hands. Obviously these are just so that he can like fight the Green Arrow and like punch him, I guess. There's not much detail on these. It's just the same as these ones, but obviously clenched, not open, so that he can hold his accessories such as guns and knives. I think it's pretty simple to swap his hands. Yeah, just guess you'll just... Okay, it is a bit stiff to actually pull out, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit stiff. Let me try and switch. Yeah guys, so that is it for this review. As you can see, I've got Deathstroke posed with his gun and his sword, and obviously Green Arrow posed like flexing his bow out. I did try and put an arrow in his fingers, but like his bow's hard to get in his hand because his fingers were like too close together, and you're supposed to be able to put an arrow between his fingers, but I can't get one in, so I'll have to keep trying that. But other than that, that's it for this review. I do like the figures, they're wonderful. I can't thank Amber enough for buying me this set. Really needed the Green Arrow on. I'm happy with him. I love the Deathstroke figure as well. So really, I got 2 for the price of 1. And yeah, out of 10, I'd probably give this set a 9, maybe 8, because articulation wise it's amazing. Just it's a shame that his head doesn't move that much, but other than that it's still a great set and a great addition to my DC action figure collection. So thanks for watching. I've been the Doc 11th and I'll see you next time. Please leave a comment below if you like this setup and you think it's better than the last kind of reviews I've done, because this is the first review I've done using the new setup with the studio itself, because now we've got a studio with lighting and stuff. So yeah, so this is the first one we've done like that. So let me know what you think, and that's all from me for this review. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Okay guys, so I have been trying to put them actually in his hands, and then I realised that they're not actually for Deathstroke, they are actually for the Green Arrow, because it's the same texture as hands. He actually has some kind of thing wrapped around his hand, which, yeah, I didn't realise at first, but yeah, but even with the Green Arrow, like, I can't get it off. It is really hard to get off, so that is a bit of a downer, because you can't really get it off. I just realised his hands can also pivot. But other than that, I think it comes with a lot of accessories, and I do think that it's actually worth it. It's a bit of a shame you can't get the knife inside Deathstroke's actual knife sheath type thing, because it's a bit annoying really, because it's there for a reason, but it's not, because it doesn't do anything. So now I'm just going to show you the figures together. You have failed this city.